What is up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Flippin Bats. Today is Tuesday, meaning it is Ohtani Tuesday here on Flippin Bats. We got this week in Ohtani news, which is basically going to be this month in Ohtani news because he just had an incredible month of June. We will also be doing head of the class, top 5 rookies in the month of June, as well as a fun buy or sell segment to finish up. This one's going to be fun. Thank you all for joining. Let's do this. It is showtime.
It's a blowout. 8th inning, 10-3. Bases are loaded for Verlander, who waits on a 3-0 pitch. He swings, and it's a high fly ball, deep center field. It is gone. Home run. And a huge bat flip to celebrate. All right, Ben, start the show already.
What is up, my friends? This is going to be a blast of an episode, and we're going to get started with my favorite segment of all time this week in Shohei Ohtani news. What an incredible month of June Shohei Ohtani just had. He did it on the pitching side, he did it on the hitting side, and he is, in my opinion, the AL MVP. So I want to start with his pitching. His pitching in the month of June was phenomenal. He was one of the best pitchers in all of baseball in June, not just the American League, in all of Major League Baseball. Shohei was one of the top pitchers in baseball. On the mound, he went 4-1. He's in the midst of a consecutive scoreless inning streak, and he's just punching out everybody every single game. Shohei has been incredible on the mound. What he has continually done night in and night out since that start in New York, what he has done since that time is unbelievable. It is truly remarkable. Pitchers with 30-plus strikeouts and no runs allowed in a 3-start span since 2000. Shohei Ohtani, Jacob deGrom, Chris Sale, Clayton Kershaw, CC Sabathia, John Lackey, Johan Santana, Pedro Martinez, Chan-Ho Park. Shohei is on that list. And he's hit 4 home runs in that time, in that span. Unbelievable. And this is just talking about what he has done on the mound. We're not even getting to his hitting yet. What he has done on the mound since that day in New York, I've continually said this, and I said this after that start in New York. We've now seen it 2 years in a row. But I said, I promise you, after that start in New York, he will go on a tear. He does not accept, Shohei does not accept being mediocre. He does not accept having a bad game. He goes out and he gets better, and he has done that now for the entire month of June. Shohei, since June 9th, has pitched 4 games, 3-0, a 0.34 ERA, 26 2/3 innings pitched, 1 earned run in 26 2/3, 36 strikeouts, hitting since June 9th, 355, 9 runs, 4 doubles, a triple, 6 homers, 17 RBIs, and a 1.189 OPS. In that span, since June 9th, a 0.33 ERA. He has been one of the best pitchers in baseball. And we're not talking about his pitching enough. I feel like we look at one or the other. We look at his pitching, we look at his hitting, and we just go with those. But we don't talk enough about him as just a pitcher. I had John Smoltz on this show a month or so ago, and he said if Shohei just focused on pitching, he is Jacob deGrom. He's got the most strikeouts in a 2-outing span with 0 runs allowed in Angels history. All right, listen to this stat. Most strikeouts in a 2-outing span with 0 earned runs in Angels history. In 1964, Dean Chance, 27. 1978, Nolan Ryan, 25. 1976, Nolan Ryan, 25. 2022, Shohei Ohtani, 24. And 1972, Nolan Ryan again, 24. So it's Nolan Ryan, Shohei Ohtani, and Dean Chance. That's the list. End list. That's how good he has been on the pitching side. Since June, in the month of June, Shohei Ohtani has been pitching like an AL Cy Young Award winner. That doesn't even scratch the surface of what he has done on the offensive side. Offensively, since the beginning of June, Shohei hit .298 with 6 homers. His offense is heating up after a slow start. Shohei is on pace to hit 38 homers. So you have to believe he's going to get close, if not 240, because he started off slower than he normally does. But he's back. He's hitting balls harder than he ever has before in his life. He hit a home run 118 miles an hour the other day. The hardest home run hit by an Angel in StatCast history. And the hardest of his career. In this month also, Shohei had 8 RBIs in a single game, which was a career high. That very next game, Shohei Ohtani struck out on the mound 13 batters. This month, the month of June that we just saw from Shohei, is not only a typical, that is a stereotypical Shohei Ohtani month. He did it all. But it is also one of the greatest months of baseball that we've ever seen. The month of June, he probably pitched better than he ever has in Major League Baseball, and he put together a pretty dang good month offensively as well. We may have just seen, or we did just see, one of the greatest months altogether that we've ever seen. It was remarkable. And a lot of that, yes, was his pitching, but his bat lately has been in fuego. After a slow-ish start for him, his bat has been rolling. 118 mile an hour exit velocity the other day on that home run. Truly remarkable. The fastest in StatCast history for an Angel. Unbelievable. 298 in the month of June. 6 homers, 17 RBIs, a 9.73 OPS. Pitching-wise, 5 starts, a 1.52 ERA, 38 strikeouts, and a 2.04 average against. Shohei Ohtani is a living legend, my friends. We are watching it in front of our eyes. And all of those things I just mentioned are why I believe Shohei Ohtani is the most valuable player in the American League. Shohei Ohtani is the MVP. We don't need to overthink this. Yes, I hear all of you with, well, what about Aaron Judge? He's on one of the best teams of all time, and he's putting together what he's doing. I hear you, and this is nothing against what Aaron Judge is doing. This has everything to do with what Shohei Ohtani is doing. He is one of the best hitters in the league and one of the best pitchers in the league. You put it together, you have the unanimous MVP. We got to stop overthinking this. And I hear the argument, and I've continued to hear this for a while. Well, the MVP is the most valuable player. How can you be valuable if you're not making the playoffs? Well, baseball is a different sport than any other one. You can't have a Mike Trout and a Shohei Ohtani caliber player on your team and then expect to easily get into the playoffs. Imagine if those caliber players were on a basketball team. Game over. Probably win the championship. So this is different. This is different. The MVP in baseball is just different. This tweet sums it up really nicely. There's nobody like Shohei. Only times a player pitched in a dozen games and hit a dozen homers for an American League or National League team in a single season. Babe Ruth in 1919, Shohei Ohtani in 2021, Shohei Ohtani in 2022. We're at the halfway mark in 2022, and he's already back on a list with himself and Babe Ruth. I made the comparisons to Babe Ruth last year when he was doing what he was doing, and I said that Shohei is better than Babe Ruth. Pitching-wise, it's remarkable what he is able to do. But the MVP in baseball is almost like an MAP, the map. That's what it is in baseball. It's who's the most amazing player. Who is the best player? It's Shohei Ohtani. It is Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge isn't out there striking out 100 guys on the mound with a sub-3 ERA because he doesn't have an ERA. And he's not striking out anybody because he's not pitching. And that's nothing against him or anybody else in the game of baseball. But we can't look past the fact that he is one of the best players in the entire game, in the entire world, on both sides of the ball. You put it together, and he's the MVP. Plain and simple, period. Shohei Ohtani is bringing back the AL MVP award. In my opinion, he is going to be the back-to-back MVP award winner. And we all just need to learn a thing or two from Shohei and play every day like Shohei. But that does it for this week in Shohei Ohtani news. All right, it's time now for Head of the Class, a segment where I just highlight rookies. I've been very vocal about this rookie class and how dominant it has been. Normally, Head of the Class is weekly, the top 5 rookies of the week. But this one we're going to do for the entire month of June. So let's start top 5 rookies month of June. We're going to start at number 5. At number 5, I have Brendan Donovan. This man went on a tear for a while in the month of June. 321 and 845 OPS, 17 RBIs. He's come up for the St. Louis Cardinals and been fantastic. Brendan Donovan is here at number 5. Moving on to number 4, also of the St. Louis Cardinals, Juan Yepez. 292, 5 homers, 16 RBIs. If you're a Cardinals fan, let's stop down here for a second and think about this. If you're a Cardinals fan, there's a lot of reason to be excited. Obviously, 2 guys on this list, but I could have gone Nolan Gorman. He's shown flashes of being really good outside of an injury. I mean, there's just a lot of rookies that the Cardinals have up, making a big difference for them this year. So Brendan Donovan at 5, Juan Yepez at 4. Moving on to number 3, Spencer Strider of the Atlanta Braves. 2-0 in the month of June, 25 innings pitched, 35 Ks. 35 Ks in 25 innings pitched, a 3.24 ERA. Strider's been fantastic. He throws 100 miles an hour with a wipeout slider, the Strider slider. It's electric, and so is he on the mound for the Braves. This Braves team is really good. Another team that has a lot of rookies coming up, making a difference for them. I picked the Braves to be in the World Series, but it was not because of guys like Michael Harris II and Spencer Strider. But they have come up and made a big difference. Moving on to number 2, Julio Rodriguez, the J-Rod Show. 280 on the month, 7 homers, 16 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases. Through Julio Rodriguez's first 79 career games, okay, there has only been one other player to have 13 homers, 15 doubles, and 20 stolen bases for their first career 79 games. That other player, Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds, the only other guy. Julio Rodriguez has won back-to-back AL Rookie of the Month awards. Now heading on to number 1. Who do I have? The number 1 Rookie of June, Michael Harris II. He won his first Rookie of the Month award, won it in the National League side. 347 on the month, 4 homers, 16 RBIs, a 946 OPS, all while he is playing a Gold Glove caliber center field. So this is Head of the Class. This is for June. Normally we do top 5 rookies of the week. This is of the month. Brendan Donovan at 5, Juan Yepez at 4, Spencer Strider at 3, Julio Rodriguez at 2, and Michael Harris II rounding it out at number 1 for the month of June. But I'm going to bring producer Conrad out here, my friend, and let's get to a little buy or sell segment.
You ready for a little buy or sell, my friend?
I am indeed.
All right, we're going to get hot and heavy with it then. First up, will the Braves win the NL East?
Ooh, this is getting real hot, real quick. Will the Braves win the NL East? You know what? I'm going to say yes. I think both of these teams firmly are in the playoffs. I do believe, and I'm saying this because I predicted it at the beginning of the year, I do believe the Braves can do this. I'm going to buy, and it is not because I think the Mets are going to Met. I think the Mets are great. I think we are in for an absolute dogfight for the rest of the year in the NL East. The Mets have Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer about to come back. The Braves are on a roll and have their best month in the history of the Braves since they moved to Atlanta in 1966. So this isn't about the Mets falling apart. I am buying because I believe in the Braves that much.
It's easy to see why. Braves have been playing tremendous. Next, buy or sell. Padres have the best City Connect uniforms this year.
Let me just say, nice shirt, by the way. I am buying your shirt. I'm going to buy that shirt. It is Ohtani Tuesday, so why not wear a shirt that has
Ohtani all over
a ton of Ohtani faces on it? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, do the Padres have the best City Connect uniforms? I'm going to sell. And not because I don't like them. I like the Padres a lot. Don't give me that look, Conrad. Don't give me it. I like them, okay? But I don't think they're the best. I really like the Royals. I really like the Astros. I really like the White Sox. There's a bunch around the league that I really like. Do I think the Padres are great? Yes. Would I say they are the best ones out there? Sell.
Well, you might be selling, but Padres fans bought all of these up. I think they sold out in like the first hour or something. They opened the team store.
Yeah.
I think they're absolutely tremendous.
I like them. I'm not selling because I think, no, they're awful. I'm selling because the best is a strong statement. Most of these City Connect uniforms, might I add, when they hit the store, sell out within the Astros sold out in the first 30 minutes. When they hit the store, this was brilliant by Major League Baseball, by the way. These City Connect uniforms are awesome. I really like these Padres ones, but I'm selling that they are the best of all.
All right, I got you. Next up, Julio Rodriguez is the best rookie in baseball.
This is coming right on the heels of doing a segment where I named Michael Harris II the best rookie in the month of June. But I am going to buy that Julio Rodriguez is the best rookie in baseball. I mean, he's doing things. There's two different stats that I look at. One, 13 homers, 15 doubles, 20 stolen bases in his first 79 career games. The only other person in history that has done that is Barry Bonds. He also has 10 or more home runs and 20 or more stolen bases for the first time before the All-Star game since Mike Trout in 2012. Pretty good company for both of those categories. So I am buying that Julio is the best rookie in baseball.
And we talked about it a little bit earlier, but I'm telling you, I think as a Seattle Mariners fan, diehard, I believe Julio Rodriguez has become the face of not only the Mariners, but could be the face of Seattle sports when it's all said and done. I think he has that kind of potential. He has that kind of energy. And, there's a lot of really great players in Seattle history, but Julio Rodriguez has blown away all expectations, and so happy to have him part of the ball club.
Come on. I'm selling that. King Griffey Jr., forever and always.
My dog is named Griffey, for goodness sake. And I'm telling you this, Julio Rodriguez has something special about him. The way that he brings up his teammates.
I agree.
Plays, it's one of those things.
Look, King Griffey Jr., Ichiro, they are... He's not, look, as good as he can get, I don't think he's going to pass those guys. I think he could win a World Series for the Seattle Mariners, and I don't think he's King Griffey Jr. legacy.
You are so wrong. If he wins a World Series, that statue goes up a day later.
Yeah. When you're 98 years old and the Mariners win their first World Series in your lifetime, they're going to... Julio's going to be a big part of that.
I'm only laughing because
Good thing he's so young.
All right, next up, buy or sell. Shohei Ohtani is this year's unanimous AL MVP.
Buy. Look, I can't speak for everybody else that does the voting. So unanimous kind of throws me for a loop here. I don't know if I can count on everybody. There's New York writers that will vote for Aaron Judge at this point. If the season ended right now, there will be votes for Aaron Judge. I just think when all is said and done, I'm going to buy that he's the unanimous MVP, mostly because I think he should be. And this isn't me just saying it because I'm a massive Ohtani fan. Let's really look at this. I really struggle to believe that people appreciate Shohei Ohtani as much as they should. I firmly believe that. What he's doing has never been done before. This is a legacy. This is a legend in the making. We are watching it right before our eyes, and we will forever remember that we got to watch Shohei Ohtani play baseball and do something that has never been done before. And as long as he's doing it at a level like he is right now, he's on pace for 38 homers. He's on pace to drive in 100 runs. He's on pace to hit 260 something. And he's on pace to have a 268 ERA with over 200 strikeouts. Just saying that aloud, how are people not like, oh, yeah, Ben's right. That should be unanimous MVP. It should be, and I'm buying.
There's something else there that I think a lot of people don't realize. I mean, in baseball, there's just so many baseball games. It's really hard to point at a game on the schedule and say, this is must-see TV. You have to watch this game. Yeah. That is Shohei Ohtani every single time he takes the mound.
Yeah, and this is nothing, and every time I have this MVP argument, it is nothing to take away from guys like Aaron Judge, Yordan Alvarez, Rafael Devers. This isn't taking away from their greatness. They are doing it better than Shohei by a little bit on one side of the ball. He has a whole nother facet to his game that he is incredible at. So, like, the argument is, if I were to say Shohei Ohtani's the MVP and somebody goes, no, it's Aaron Judge. It's like, wait, I'm not arguing that Aaron Judge could go on to break the Yankees' home run record, and I still think Shohei Ohtani should be the MVP. I do. The MVP in baseball is different than any other sport. Like I was just saying. It just is. It ends up being the best player in the game. And the best player in the game in baseball doesn't necessarily translate to playoff success. Look at Mike Trout. Look at Shohei. Look at Bryce Harper last year. None of those teams were in the playoffs. None of the MVP finalists last year made the playoffs. So it's different in baseball. I am buying that Shohei Ohtani should be and is the unanimous MVP.
Might be the easiest buy of the year. Next up, buy or sell. Aroldis Chapman will never close another game for the Yankees.
Sell. I'm selling. I mean, yeah, Clay Holmes is the closer, but you see setup guys get save appearances all the time. Like if Clay Holmes pitches 2 days in a row, they'll let Aroldis Chapman get a save situation in the following game. So do I think that Aroldis Chapman should go back in the closer role for the New York Yankees? No. That is Clay Holmes's. He deserves it. He has earned it. He should be the guy that is given the opportunity to be their closer. But do I think Aroldis Chapman gets another save opportunity? Absolutely. So Chapman will never close another game. I'm selling that.
Okay. All right, next up, buy or sell. Juan Soto stays in Washington on new mega deal.
I'm going to buy that. I do think a deal gets done. Kind of interesting that we're talking about Juan Soto getting like the biggest deal of all time in a year where he's hitting like 220 something. But I think it's funny when you say that, because I think we're all still in consensus that Juan Soto is one of the best hitters in baseball, if not the best hitter in baseball. I mean, he's in a category with only Ted Williams to this point in his career. So that's pretty remarkable. I do think he stays. I think they put the money in him. I think they give him that contract. I think they make him their guy. They missed on Bryce Harper. They did. They missed. Bryce Harper should have been a Washington National for life. He just should have been. He came up with them. He was that super prospect from like 16 years old. He comes up, he wins an MVP award for them. I wish he was there when they won that World Series. But I don't think they're going to miss on Juan Soto. I think they wrap him up. I think they pay him close to $400 million.
Wow. All right. Last but not least, buy or sell. 3 AL East teams will make the playoffs.
This is a little switch up from, I believe, a week or two ago. We had 4 AL East teams make the playoffs, and I sold. I will buy that 3 AL East teams make the playoffs. The
Which
Yankees.
3?
I know where you were going here. I got you. We're professionals at this point now. The Yankees are a for sure. The Blue Jays, I mean, I don't want to use the word for sure, but the Blue Jays are a for sure. And then it's going to be either the Red Sox or the Rays. If I had to pick right now, the Rays are just too beat up. And I'm going to take the Red Sox. I'm going to take Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox. The Rays are the Rays, and they do what they do every year, and you never really know how it's done, but you can't take into account all the injuries that they have piling up, and it has been a struggle for them. So I will buy 3 AL East teams making the playoffs, Yankees, Blue Jays, and the Red Sox. So that is the last buy or sell we have, and that wraps up this Tuesday episode. But before I end up, my friends, I have some news for you. This is producer Conrad's final episode on Flippin Bats. He is leaving, sadly, he is leaving Fox Sports, and he will be very, very, very missed. And before we wrap up, he is unaware of this, but we actually have a video for you, producer Conrad, to play. So you will be missed, and here is this video. Let's start with some storylines. Producer Conrad, producer Conrad, producer Conrad, producer Conrad. We are straight up not having a good time.
Facts.
Facts. Same.
Freddie Freeman 1 home run in Atlanta would be probably the most predictable thing ever to happen in the week of baseball. They had a bunch of guys that just came in and were being dudes for him. First time I saw it, I was like, who is this guy and why did he just become my favorite player in Major League Baseball? Let's move on to something else that's extremely frustrating. It's impossible not to get fired up when talking about Shohei Ohtani. The entire country getting free tacos if somebody can steal second base. Every time Julio comes to plate, I have notifications saying, hey, you should probably turn your phone on right now. Obviously, big Mariners fan. Lifelong Mariners fan. You know, it's not always been easy.
Sorry to bring in your Mariners like that.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. It did surprise me. I felt attacked for a second there.
Producer Conrad, at the end of our Monday show.
That is the end of the show.
That, my friend.
You guys do love me.
We do love you. And I love everything you've done for this show, buddy. This has been a pretty cool ride. You know, you took over last year, and we've done a lot together. So I'm super appreciative of everything you've done on this show, for this show, and we will obviously always be friends, but you will certainly be missed here, my friend.
Oh man, thank you so much. Making me tear up over here, man. It's tough, but yeah, I love all you guys so much. This means the world to me. Damn. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. It's such a great team we have here. We've really built it out. Man, 100 episodes down.
Just past the 100 mark.
I appreciate it. I love you guys.
Love you too, brother. Well, thank you for everything you've done on this show. That does it for this Tuesday episode of Flippin Bats, producer Conrad's final episode on the show. Thank you all for listening. This has been another fun episode. Ohtani Tuesday, head of the class, and of course, a fun buy or sell segment. Thank you all for listening. Make sure you download, subscribe anywhere you always listen, Apple, Spotify, Google, all of that good stuff. We're also on all social media. Follow there at Flippin Bats Pod, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, where you can watch every episode. That is at Flippin Bats Pod. But thank you all for listening. Tomorrow is a fun guest episode with one of the best pitchers, if not the best pitcher in baseball this year, Tony Gonsolin of the Los Angeles Dodgers. So be on the lookout for that. And I will see y'all tomorrow on Flippin' Bats.